Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, you guys, I'm very excited to do this video because it's kind of a big deal. I have been vegan for 6 months and wow, I can't believe it. Like time has just flown by, and to give myself some credit, this has also been like the craziest 6 months of my whole entire life. So to make such a big lifestyle change during that time was kind of insane, but I did it and it was worth it for me. So I want to talk about the first 6 months, how I'm feeling. Things that I kind of wanted to address more in this video is sort of like how other people have reacted to it and how I've been eating, like what I've been eating mostly and how I've been eating and so on. So I guess I should just get started with what most people want to know. I answered this in my 1 month update as well about losing weight. Normally I weigh myself like twice a year, like if I go to the doctor, and I'm normally around like 112. I haven't weighed myself, nor am I going to weigh myself, and I haven't gone to the doctor or anything to check like my blood work or anything, which I know a lot of people say you should, because I've been really listening to my body and like really hearing what I need and what I don't need, and it's been really good for me. I feel probably the best I've ever felt. I've talked about this in several of my other videos where I kind of mentioned that I've had a lot of digestive issues and kind of like borderline IBS. I don't feel weak or like malnourished at all, but I know people are concerned about that and protein and all that stuff, but I feel like really good, and all I can tell you is how I feel, and that's how I feel. So I am planning on going to a doctor soon, maybe to get some blood work done just to see if I am anemic. If I am, that's something that can easily be like dealt with. So that's kind of the first thing. But like I said before, I don't notice anything. Like I don't feel tired. I don't feel like I have less energy than I did before. I feel great, honestly. I used to wake up with really bad stomach aches, and I don't wake up with stomach aches anymore. My eczema hasn't really changed. I don't think it's really dietary anymore. Maybe it is. Maybe there's something else that's triggering my eczema, but really, I feel good. I feel really good, and that's all I can speak to is my experience. What do I eat also is something people ask me about, and I eat what you eat, but just no meat and dairy. So as you know, or maybe you don't know this, but I have a gluten allergy and also a dairy allergy and an egg allergy. So when I went vegan, it was sort of more of a slow transition, not intentionally like me being like, I'm gonna go vegan, but because I slowly found out I was allergic to all these things, I was slowly eliminating them from my diet without really knowing that my end result would be like going vegan fully. So the only thing I really had to remove when I went vegan was meat, and I've talked about this before, but it wasn't hard for me at all. And the only thing I missed was fish, because I did love fish, not that it was something I ate a lot of. Now I don't crave it, I don't miss it. The scent of meat and dairy is like very off-putting to me. Like the smell of dairy especially is very sour, and meat is very like not appealing to me, and so like your tastes change. Another thing that I've noticed, definitely for the better for my health, I do not have as large of a sweet tooth as I used to. I always have been more of a savory person, but I always had a sweet tooth, especially at night. It was like chronic sweet tooth, like give me the fucking cookies or else I'm gonna kill you sort of situation. But after about the 3 month mark or 4 month mark, I didn't find myself craving as many sweets, and now at like 6 months, I don't really crave sweets at all except for around the time of my period. So that's kind of awesome, because I used to eat a lot at night, and now I find that if I eat enough for all my meals, like that's not necessary for me. I truly believe my sweet tooth was like, it could not be curbed. Like I did not think I would ever be able to get rid of my sweet tooth, but girl, look at me now. No sweet tooth, feeling on top of the world. Like honestly, it's incredible how I have no sweet tooth. A lot of people ask me about eating out and like what I eat when I eat out. Honestly, if you're just vegan, I know it sounds like so simple. If you're just vegan, it's actually super easy. Like I said, this has been some of the craziest 6 months of my life, and I've been flying a lot and traveling a lot and kind of going all over the place, and every time I go anywhere, I'm overwhelmed with the amount of vegan options. But the thing that I struggle with more, and I think I've always struggled with, is the gluten. I find it really hard to find substitutes for gluten when I'm eating out. Either they have absolutely nothing I can eat, or I eat sushi. Luckily for me, I love sushi. So I eat a lot of sushi when I eat out. At a regular restaurant, if you're just vegan and you don't have that gluten allergy, like you are fine, totally fine. It's not difficult at all to do. Other thing I wanted to talk about that I didn't really have a lot of experience when I did my 1 month update and then my announcement of being vegan video that I did, which I will link both those videos down below, because if I don't talk about anything that you're wondering about in this video, I probably have already addressed it. But one of the things I didn't really touch on in those videos was the reaction of other people to my veganism, because when I went vegan, I was living outside of my family home with my boyfriend, kind of away from everyone, and I had friends who didn't really care. Like, they were pretty aware and they'd be like, oh, is this vegan? Like, can you eat this? I'm not a preachy vegan at all. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, why are you eating that meat? That's disgusting. Like, do you think I care? Like, I don't care. You eat what you want to eat. That's your decision. My decision is to not eat it, and that works for me. With my family, I found a lot more, it's a lot more difficult, like going to a family dinner. I really have to be prepared to make my own food, bring my own food, have my own ingredients to make a meal, because my dad and my whole family are used to cooking with like meat as a base, like mostly, or fish. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think that a lot of families in North America do that, but I'm just like, I have to be prepared to bring like my own food, and that's something I've talked about in other videos. When you're difficult and you do something against the norm, like you have to be prepared to kind of hold your own and take care of yourself, basically. As for like judgment, I have had people be like, oh, vegan, like you're so difficult, da da da. But it's like, why do I care what you think? You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this for me and the animals and the environment and all the positive things that come out of being vegan. So if someone doesn't agree with my decision, like, it really truly doesn't mean anything to me, because I know that what I'm doing is right for me and right for the environment and whatever. And so if they don't agree with it, like, that's totally fine. But don't feel like you have to justify yourself to other people. Like, don't feel like you have to be like, oh, like, you know, I'm being vegan because, you know, like, it's healthy and like I'm losing weight, oh, look how skinny I am, like, da da da. Like, no, like, that's, no one gives a fuck. Like, simply for me, I just leave it as like, this is my lifestyle and this is what I've chosen. We all make choices and this is my choice. And if it doesn't affect or hinder someone else, like, why would I care what they think? You know what I mean? The last thing I wanted to talk about also is something that I've been asked a few times, is about my boyfriend not being vegan and how that affects me and if I want him to be vegan and all that stuff and whatever. And I don't care. It's again that thing where it's just like, this is my choice. If you made a choice because of my choice, that wouldn't be a good choice. You know, you have to come to it on your own. That's what my boyfriend and I were talking about this today. Like, you have to come to this lifestyle on your own in an authentic way, or else you're not going to maintain it. So for him, like, right now, this is not the time in his life where he wants to be vegan, and that's fine with me. Like, I don't care. I don't cook his meat. I don't cook with dairy. If he wants to add it to his meals, like, he has to cook it and do it on his own, and that works for us. But I know I've heard some like single girls who are vegan being like, I could never date anyone who's not vegan because they don't have the same morals as me. I get that, because there's also that idea like, oh, well, then he like is okay with animal cruelty and stuff. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna force myself on him or anyone, like force my lifestyle on them, because I really believe that if you don't come to it in your own way and like on your own, you're not gonna be a genuine good vegan. I don't know. You're not gonna hold on to the values. That's kind of all I have to say. I really hope that if you watch my vegan videos and you go through and like watch me deciding to be vegan, watch my 1 month update, watch this video, watch videos where I've cooked and it's been vegan, like, you don't feel like I'm pressuring you or making you feel like guilty if you're not vegan. Like I said earlier, I really don't care. This is my lifestyle, and if you take anything away from it, I hope it's just that to eat healthier and to eat in a more sustainable way. But that's all. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna push you to it, you know? Do your thing. Hope you all enjoyed this little 6-month update on being vegan. If you have any other questions for me that I didn't answer in this video, definitely leave them down below, because I will answer all your comments. And I think that's it. Next video about this topic will probably be my 1 year update, so in another 6 months. But if you have more questions about being vegan, I can do like a Q&A or something sooner, but that's pretty much it. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all soon. Bye! Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, which I'm obsessed with.